Dr. Billy D with my good friend Doug. EMT?
Paramedic.
Paramedic. What's the difference? Tell me.
It's actually a big difference.
All right, sorry. We're going to talk about cannabis tonight because Doug is our formulator for some of the cool new stuff we're going to be introducing. I'm really excited about the freeze-dried juice.
Yes.
You want to explain to everybody why it rocks. I put some in my smoothie today. I put the energy one in there, and then I did hyperbaric, and I'm
definitely... You should be good to go.
I'm good to go, bro.
Really
and then we're drinking a little cheer right now.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers. This is a THC beer.
Yeah.
With no alcohol in it. So
no, none. It's not like a low alcohol beer. It's literally none.
No alcohol, and it's
really good.
It's really good. It tastes great. I'm not drinking this full bottle because I don't want to get too buzzed. But let's get back to CBD. Let's get back to CBG, CBN. So what we're finding out, and you're finding out, is that the freeze dried stuff you got, basically, why is that better than just doing the oil?
Well, the freeze-dried juicing of it is in its most natural state,
right? That
the body can absorb the best. The oils are good, and if we want to go in that later, but the oils are good for certain purposes, but really in just general health, eating or drinking the plant as it's juiced or freeze-dried is the best.
Okay, so this is an alternative to you growing it in your backyard like I do and throwing it in your Vitamix or running it through your wheatgrass juice, so you don't have that luxury. And if you do that, that would be your best bet, correct?
That'd be the best, but it's tough.
It's tough.
It's a lot of plants.
So rather than doing that, you can use this product, and I don't even know if it's available yet, but you'll probably have to. There's no THC in there though, right?
Well, there's THC, but
THCA,
and it's very, very small amount. So.
Okay, so what is the
THC
point?
THC doesn't convert to being high, so.
Right.
It's just it's the whole plant. So you're getting, besides all the cannabinoids. I know it's so
He says it different than I do.
I do. I say it wrong. You're getting all the amino acids and the proteins and the minerals and everything else that what you would like to call the entourage effect of the whole plant, the terpenes, everything. Yeah. That's in there. And juicing, the enzymes you lose in the first 10, 20 minutes.
Right.
So it would be the same with juicing the plant as a cannabis plant, but freeze drying it, you only lose like 1% of total phytonutrient.
Really?
The brick.
Only 1%?
1%. So
well, that's great.
And then just drying it and smoking it, you're losing. You lose the first 80% to 90% in the first 3 hours of just drying it when you're doing like to smoke it and do that whole thing.
Okay.
So
or vaporize it.
So and then same with the oils. I mean, they might smell good. You can add them back in and everything, but that's still pushing something that the plant's not wanting to be pushed into. We're just pushing that. And doing it natural, straight out of the ground, juiced, and then immediately freeze-dried is literally the best that I think. There's nothing else on the market like it.
Okay, yeah, and that's my next question. Why hasn't anybody else done this?
Because it's freaking hard and really expensive. It's taken me forever to get a farmer, and I can go, hey, bro, there's 200 acres here of flower. And he goes, yeah, there's a couple $1 million of flower. What if we just juiced it all? He's like, huh? They're not going to...
Yeah, so I could see that would be expensive because it probably takes a lot of flower to get a little bit of juice, right?
A lot of plant, yeah. It takes a lot of plant. We're doing 12-foot plants, so we get quite a bit on them. But.
Right. What about if you just harvested the flower and sold the flower and just juiced the rest of the plant?
No, because the flower holds a lot in it.
I know, but it's like...
Well, you could take the tops off and still... But, I mean, we're trying a whole new paradigm of just do the whole plant.
Right.
And get the whole thing. And that's what Dr. Mitkovitz was studying and finding that the ACE pathways are being activated so that those envelope viruses get munched. And she's finding juiced cannabis is what does that.
Okay.
But and then she was on.
What were you just talking about? Fire and ACE fire. What were you talking?
Oh,
about?
The ACE pathways.
Yeah.
It's just a different pathway for your immune system to attack stuff.
Okay.
And those aren't really usually activated unless you're using structured water, frequencies, or cannabis.
Okay. Perfect.
Or mushrooms.
All right. So we just finished women's health breast cancer thermography workshop, and we talked about let's say, so I feel that the product that we're promoting, the freeze dried stuff, is, I only put like a quarter teaspoon of this stuff in it. And there's an energy formula, which I did tonight, like I said. There's also an immune formula, and there's also one that's inflammation.
Inflammation.
Yeah. So what do you have, turmeric in that one or something?
Turmeric, piperine.
Okay, good. Yeah, just all the same. The same culprits that are in everything.
Yeah, right? Ashwagandha.
Yeah.
So I can't say that one either.
Ashwagandha.
Yeah, there you go.
I have problems saying enemy, so I can't say that word.
That one's impossible.
That is impossible. It's all right. We can just spell it.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, if they say a person, let's talk about, I've got a friend that's got melanoma, and I've been meaning to talk to you about this anyways. Topically, what would be the best thing topically for somebody like that? Would the salve be enough, or would you want to do
we'd want to do a supercharge type of salve for melanoma. I thought I brought it.
Is that your bag of just tricks there?
There might be something in here for fun. Dang it. I thought I brought it. It's
maybe you sold it in the other room.
I've had melanoma. So, I mean, one thing you can do is black salve, but then you end up with a giant hole in your leg. But it cured pretty good.
Black salve.
Black salve's one of them, but it's painful. You can't get off the train when you're on the black salve train because you're going for a ride, and it hurts a lot, 24/7, and you can't stop it. No, because
so what's the alternative to black salve then?
I make a salve where I just take DMSO.
Okay.
And like a 30-gram bottle, I'd put 10 grams of THC oil in there.
Okay.
Frankincense and myrrh.
And when you say THC oil, it also has the other cannabinoids in there with it.
Yeah, it would be a full plant extract. So we make it so it's 1-to-1.
Okay.
So
1-to-1
CBD to THC.
Okay. And the CBD will typically mitigate the effects of THC if they're a 1-to-1 ratio.
Well, it sits on your skin.
It sits on your skin.
So it's not going to get you going at all.
So you don't feel anything through the skin?
No, you just feel a burn because it burns. Because it melts it off. Like I started messing with some stuff.
So you would do that externally on the melanoma, and then what would you take internally?
I would have them do more CBG.
CBG. And why the CBG?
It's the base cannabinoid, and the studies are finding it just makes more common sense that the base cannabinoid is going to be stronger if it has everything in it to give the punch to what you need. They're finding it not only does it do the anti-tumors, but it also suppresses the tumor growth, so it's doing both at the same time. And then you're not getting high off of it as well.
Right. So that's the big thing I think a lot of people are concerned about. I mean, some people want to get high.
Well, who doesn't?
Well, I typically
a lot of people don't.
I don't like to get high anymore. I'm drinking that beer.
I'm drinking the beer, but it's only 5. But I don't sit around and do bongos anymore either.
I just don't have time or the desire. I think
no, and most people don't want to.
I just like being sober these days. That's the way I am.
Yeah, there's enough going on to be excited about.
Yeah, surfing's
like the CDC today. Those freaking jerk offs. But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, that's another topic. Okay, so let's hold on. So we do the salve.
The salve daily.
Salve daily. We do the CBG
suppositories.
But there is going to be some THC in there, correct?
We'll do both.
Yeah.
You would do both.
Because most research studies show that the THC is important for anti-cancer, but you're finding out that the CBG has just as much effect.
If not more.
If not more. So if somebody has an aversion to the THC, the CBG formula would probably be a better choice for them.
I think so. I think I'm starting to take most of the people I help towards that route, and that's what I'm using too.
And then you would,
because I've had a few cancers.
And you would use your immunity blend too.
I'd use immunity blend. I'm using the suppositories with frankincense myrrh. I'm using the hyperbaric chamber on a regular basis. I'm using frequencies on a regular basis.
And you're getting adjusted.
I'm getting adjusted.
Don't forget that.
All the time.
Right.
More than I need. More than, not enough as I need. I could use it probably twice a week.
How often are you going?
Just once a week.
Oh, you should be going more than that. You should go 3 times.
Because you've seen my x-rays. And then using the far infrared sauna at least 3 days a week. And my diet is as clean as this is as dirty as it gets. This is my first beer or second beer now since 2008.
It's not a real beer.
No, it's not a real beer.
Okay, so we stay away from sugar, basically.
It's the sugars that I'm concerned about.
And then because it's all the mold, crap and the
funguses you've got to address. Yeah. So you got to just address it every day and then get grounded, like you said. Yeah, simple. And you got to not be pissed off at everything.
Yeah, be happy.
You have to be happy. I mean, I think we think ourselves sick more than we do anything.
Oh, we do.
Probably.
We do. All right. So, anything else, cannabis-wise, for melanoma?
Don't wear sunscreens.
Of course.
Just don't go out in the middle of the day, or just wear.
Or wear lycra and wear a hat.
Lycra.
That's what I do. I wear a hat.
But don't be afraid of the sun.
I look like Gilligan.
But surfing in the morning, don't wear anything. Just surf.
Right. Or night.
Or yeah.
I didn't wear any. Oh, I wore surf trunks, but I didn't want to surf naked.
Don't do that.
No, that'd be scary. All right, let's shift gears into breast cancer now. That's what we were talking about. Would you use the same protocol? Would we do any type of salve over the breast?
The same salve that we'd use for the melanoma, we'd use on the breast.
Okay.
But we would get away from any THC that's been heated. So most of the oils have been heated when they're burning off some of the ethanol that they're using or for their stuff. So most.
Why explain why? No THC.
No THC because.
Is it estrogen?
Well, it pushes estrogen, progesterone, it pushes everything the wrong way.
Okay.
But you don't necessarily, then you just use it in the acid form. So that's why the juice stuff comes into such a big play.
Okay, and then you would use the immunity formula.
Yeah.
And probably even the anti-inflammatory.
I would use all three of them because all three of them have something in them.
Right.
And I would bump up some of the mushrooms.
Yeah, turkey tail mushrooms, reishi chaga mushrooms, and also you are also advocating the even microdosing of psilocybin for
cancer. Absolutely.
And explain to our audience why that's beneficial.
Well, this goes a little bit back to us just talking about us making ourselves sick. So the psilocybin I'm finding works. It's kind of a panacea that we're finding with a lot of people, and I think it's just playing with the pathways of what you fear the most, I think is what's going on. And that it's smoothing out the fear so that once you've gotten rid of that sympathetic response of fear, then everything can relax again and recuperate. And so
go from sympathetic to parasympathetic.
Yes, so you've got the pain goes away, like it really helps with pain. It really helps you from worrying about things.
Microdosing does.
Yeah, with pain.
I mean, I just take it basically for cognitive function.
And sleep, it helps.
And your formula is amazing for my sleep, I'm telling you right now.
I really think...
In fact, I need some more.
I think it really helps with theta, so you're not stuck in like, they're coming to kill us with the E. coli's or COVIDs or whatever they're doing.
And you need my friend over there to help us make a new label too, right?
That would be nice.
Okay.
We need good
That's
labels.
your story. You're our friend.
He's like, okay. Great.
Anything else for breast cancer? Suppositories again?
Well, I mean, I think the biggest thing's the foams because they're here all day.
I know, but cannabis-wise, what are they going to do?
No, just I would do this pretty much same thing. Yeah. Suppositories.
So, is there any cancer? Because you mentioned this at the cancer work. There's some cancers where you don't want certain formulations.
That would be breast and prostate.
Okay.
As long as you figure out what's driving them. Not all breast cancers are hormone driven, and not all prostates are hormone driven.
Right.
It could be fungus driven. It could be heavy metal vision. It could be all kinds of things. So,
but we worked with two people with massively high levels of what their PSA was. Where both of them were off the chart.
Like 1,300.
Yeah,
at least. I've had one with the 3.
Now they're back in the normal range.
Yeah, he doesn't even call and say hi to me anymore.
Who, Al?
No, not well. Al. No.
That's a fictitious name.
Yeah, who's that guy? No, the other guy.
The other guy. Okay.
Our French guy. So Canadian, French Canadian. Yeah. So no, they've been doing the adjustments. They've been doing the hyperbaric. They've been doing frequencies. His diet was clean, and he's been doing the cannabis. And the doctor's like, and
the Beamer too.
Did you hear his story? So he goes into the hospital, and the doctor's like, "Oh my God, you're cured!" And he's like, "Huh?" He's like, "Yeah, your PSA's at like 1." And he goes, "Oh." And I'm like, "Man, everything you're doing is great." He's like, "I haven't done your shit at all." They're like, "Huh?" And they're like, "No, I've been doing cannabis and frequencies." They're like, "That doesn't work."
No, of course it doesn't.
But you just said it worked.
Yeah.
About 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
No. I thought it worked when you were doing my stuff. So yeah, he's doing really well. And I've helped a lot of people. I helped myself. I haven't seen anyone that doesn't stick to the plan and does the breathing, does the Wim Hof, does the thing.
There's so many
everything
things
goes over. If they do it
Just do it, man.
I mean, if you come to me and it's stage 6 and you're like, and you got tumors sticking out of your brain, I don't think any cannabis is going to help that.
But, right. So the bottom line is there's a lot of stuff you can do on a preventative level. That's where I think the freeze-dried stuff that we're going to start producing. And again, I don't know if I can legally sell that. So if I can,
you can. It's in the Farm Bill.
Okay,
CBD
so I can sell that one.
Yes.
But anything that we would need with THC in it, you would go directly through Doug because legally as a practitioner I can't sell it, but I can set you up with that.
Yeah, and I'm working under a license, so I can.
So, and then the microdose stuff, can that be sold legally, or does that have to go under?
That's donation.
That's a donation?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that means it's not legal, right?
I don't know.
You don't care.
It's legal in my head.
Right. So, I don't know if you guys like this video. If there was a lot there, if you've got any specific questions, I'd like to do a live one sometime if you wouldn't mind doing that.
That'd be good.
I know Tori would love to do that because there'd be a lot more loose ends to it. But put thumbs up in the remarks if you liked it, and we'll do more. Maybe we could do osteoporosis. We could do other conditions that cannabis is good for. I mean, I've got another patient that's got osteoporosis I'm advocating.
We can do all kinds of stuff.
Cognitive function. I mean, brain cancer is probably a whole nother one too. Any ideas you have? It's not a panacea for everything, but what it does is I think it just lowers inflammation. It decreases sympathetic dominance. It bumps up your immunity, increases the function of the osteoblast, the anabolic effects of osteoblast, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So we'll break it down for you if you guys are interested. And we'd like to get into some of the chemistry so you understand the different cannabinoids, terpenes, and all that stuff, and how they all interplay. And then other things you can do, like the microdosing, turkey tail, reishi, and then even things like high-dose vitamin C and all that other stuff.
Don't forget vitamin C. And glutathione.
Signing off with my good friend Doug.
Trying
to come up with a name for Doug. If you guys got a good name for Doug. I won't say what the name I thought would be a good one because he didn't like that one. So
the Stoner Doug?
No, Doper Doug.
Oh, Doper Doug.
Yeah.
Well,
whatever. I'm not. So signing off, Billy D with my good friend Doug.
All right.
A paramedic, not EMT.
Not paramedic.
Okay.